Welcome to our video about something that's as critical to our existence as the very essence of life itself: oxygen. Yes, we're delving into the lifeblood of our vitality, the invisible force that fuels every cell within our bodies, allowing them to thrive, regenerate, and perform their myriad functions with seamless precision. Oxygen. It's not just a part of the air we breathe, it's the cornerstone of our physical and mental well-being. But what happens when this crucial supply starts to dwindle? How do we recognize the signs that our body, our very engine of life, is running low on this indispensable resource? Imagine, if you will, a submarine embarking on a deep-sea voyage, relying on its oxygen reserves to sustain those aboard while it explores the ocean's mysterious depths. Similarly, our bodies embark on the journey of life, depending on a steady influx of oxygen to navigate through each day. But unlike a submarine monitoring its oxygen levels with gauges and dials, our bodies send us more subtle signals, whispers of potential distress that, if heeded, can alert us to act before we find ourselves in troubled waters. So, how do we tune into these signals? How do we read the signs that our oxygen levels might be sinking lower than expected, threatening to disrupt the delicate balance of our health? Let's take a deep dive into the top 5 warning signs you don't have enough oxygen in your blood. Starting our deep dive at number 5, let's talk about those moments when your heart decides to go on a sprint without your permission. Ever been sitting there, minding your own business, when suddenly you feel your heart pounding away as if you've just finished a 100-meter dash? That sensation of a rapid heartbeat or palpitations isn't just unsettling. It's your body's way of flashing a neon sign that something's up, particularly with how oxygen is getting or not getting around. Think of your heart as the main pump in the intricate system that is your body. Its job is to ensure that oxygen-rich blood reaches every nook and cranny, from your brain all the way down to your toes. When there's a hiccup in the oxygen supply, say your blood's running low on oxygen, your heart kicks things up a notch, pumping faster in an attempt to circulate what little oxygen is available more efficiently. It's essentially your heart pulling a double shift, trying to make up for the oxygen deficit by working harder and faster. This reaction, while impressive, is your cue to pay attention. Palpitations or a racing heart can be unsettling, but they're also among the first signs that your body might be struggling to oxygenate properly. It's as if your heart is tapping you on the shoulder saying, "Hey, I'm doing the best I can here, but I could use a little help with the oxygen situation." So, what should you do? First, it's a sign to slow down and assess. Are you dehydrated? Have you been overexerting yourself? Or could this be a signal of something more, like an issue with your blood's oxygen levels? While occasional heart palpitations can be triggered by stress, caffeine, or exercise, if you're noticing them more frequently or without an obvious cause, it's time to listen to your heart's SOS and consult with a healthcare professional. They can help determine if it's a simple fix or if your oxygen levels, and possibly your overall health, need closer attention. Moving on to our next critical sign at number 4, let's chat about those times you're huffing and puffing like you've just run a marathon, even though your biggest activity might have been flipping through channels or scrolling through your phone. It's weird, right? Finding yourself short of breath or struggling to breathe easily, especially when you're pretty much doing nothing strenuous, is like your lungs sending out a flare signal. They're having a tough time pulling in the oxygen your blood desperately needs. Now, breathing. It's that automatic thing we do without much thought, inhaling oxygen, exhaling carbon dioxide. But when this effortless process suddenly feels like a chore, it's a clear sign something's off. Your lungs are responsible for gathering oxygen from the air we breathe to transfer it into your bloodstream. If you're gasping or can't seem to fill your lungs properly, it could mean they're not getting enough of that crucial oxygen to your blood. This mismatch between your physical exertion and how hard you're breathing is more than just annoying. It's a classic red flag. Whether you're taking a leisurely walk or just relaxing, if breathing deeply becomes as challenging as climbing a mountain, your body is telling you, loud and clear that it's struggling with oxygenation. But what's really going on when you can't catch your breath? Well, several factors could be at play. Maybe the air quality's poor, you've pushed yourself a bit too hard, or it's an off day. However, if this shortness of breath becomes a frequent uninvited guest or happens out of the blue, it's not something to brush off. It's your body hinting that your lungs might not be delivering the oxygen your blood needs to fuel the rest of you. Taking a moment to listen to your body when it's struggling for air is crucial. Sure, everyone gets winded now and then, but if your lungs are consistently sending SOS signals without a clear reason, it's time to consult with a healthcare expert. They can help figure out if it's a temporary hiccup or a sign of something more significant, ensuring your oxygen levels and your overall health aren't at risk. Cruising into our third spot, we're diving into something you can actually see: changes in skin color. Have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself and noticed your skin, lips, or the tips of your fingers looking bluish or unusually pale? Well, it's definitely not a new beauty trend or the result of experimenting with your look. It's called cyanosis, and it's a key signal that your blood oxygen might be dipping below the comfort zone. You can think of it as your body's built-in mood ring, except instead of telling you you're excited or nervous, it's flashing a warning that your oxygen levels need a checkup. Cyanosis happens when your blood has a reduced amount of oxygen, turning it a darker color, which then shows through particularly thin areas of your skin. It's like a visual alarm system, showcasing in real time that something's not quite right with your oxygen transport. While a slight flush or pallor can be normal depending on the temperature or your activity, a consistent blue or pale hue, especially in your extremities or around your mouth, is your body's way of waving a red or, well, blue flag. Why does this matter? Oxygen is the fuel that powers every cell in your body, from your brain down to your toes. When your skin starts changing colors, it's a direct indicator that critical parts of you might not be getting the oxygen they desperately need. This can affect everything from your energy levels to how well your organs function. But here's the deal. While cyanosis is visually apparent, it's often more subtle than you'd expect, sneaking up rather than appearing overnight. That's why it's crucial to stay vigilant. A bluish tint to the lips or a persistent paleness could be easy to dismiss as being cold or just feeling off. However, recognizing these color changes for the warning signs they are is vital. If you or someone you know starts showing these color shifts, it's more than just a curiosity. It's a reason to reach out to a healthcare professional. They can assess whether it's a temporary issue or a symptom of something requiring more immediate attention, like potential heart or lung conditions that could be messing with your oxygen levels. Here we are, almost at the peak of our countdown, and we're tackling a duo that's all too familiar yet often misunderstood: persistent fatigue and weakness. You know the feeling, right? It's like you've hit the snooze button on your body's energy levels, but the restful sleep never seems to pay off. Day in, day out, you're dragging yourself around, feeling as if you've just run a marathon you never signed up for, even after clocking in those solid Z's. Here's the scoop. This isn't just about being a little sleepy after a late night or feeling worn out after a busy day. When you're constantly feeling tired or weak and no amount of rest seems to make a dent, it's a big hint that something deeper might be off. Picture this. Every cell in your body needs oxygen to whip up the energy that powers you through the day. But what happens when those cells are running on empty, barely getting the oxygen they need? It's akin to trying to keep a car going on an almost empty gas tank. Sooner or later, you're going to feel the effects, and that's when fatigue and weakness settle in for a long visit. This relentless tiredness and lack of strength can be more than just an inconvenience. It's your body waving a red flag, signaling a potential oxygen deficit. Each breath you take pulls oxygen into your bloodstream, fueling every part of you. But if your blood isn't carrying enough oxygen, whether due to respiratory issues, anemia, or heart problems, your energy production goes down the drain, leaving you feeling perpetually exhausted and weak. But here's where it gets tricky. Fatigue and weakness are such common experiences that it's easy to brush them off as just part of a hectic lifestyle or not enough sleep. However, when they become your everyday companions, refusing to budge despite your best efforts to rest and recharge, it's time to sit up and take notice. This isn't about laziness or needing more coffee. It's a potential sign that your cells are starving for oxygen and your body is struggling to keep up with the demands of daily life. And if this sounds all too familiar, it might be time to reach out to a healthcare professional. They can help unravel the mystery behind your unshakable tiredness and weakness, checking if it's an oxygen issue or something else entirely. Remember, tuning into your body and acknowledging when things just don't feel right isn't just self-care. It's a critical step in taking care of your health. And here we are, at the very pinnacle of our countdown. Give us a drum roll, because the top sign that your blood might be running low on oxygen is, drum roll please, mental confusion or forgetfulness. Ever had those days where your memory seems as short-lived as a goldfish's, or piecing your thoughts together feels like solving a puzzle with missing pieces? Yeah, it's frustrating, but it might be more than just a bad day. It could be a sign that your brain isn't getting the oxygen it needs to operate at full capacity. Let's dive a bit deeper here. Your brain, that incredible command center of your body, is pretty greedy when it comes to oxygen. It needs a constant supply to keep everything running smoothly, from solving complex problems to remembering what you had for breakfast. But when the oxygen levels in your blood drop, your brain starts to feel the pinch, and that's when things can get a bit foggy. Mental confusion and forgetfulness are like your brain's way of flashing the check engine light. It's a clear indication that something's up with your oxygen intake, and your cognitive functions are taking the brunt of it. Low oxygen levels can make it tough for your brain to fire on all cylinders, leading to moments where you just can't seem to think straight or remember basic things. It's not just an ordinary slip-up, it's a sign your brain is craving more oxygen. Now, while we all have our oops moments, consistent forgetfulness or a sudden drop in your ability to focus and think clearly is not something to brush off. It's like your brain is sending out an SOS, telling you it's not getting enough of what it needs to keep you sharp and on point. If these brain fog episodes become more frequent, or you find yourself grappling with confusion more often than not, it's time to take action. This isn't just about aging or stress. It could be your body telling you that your blood oxygen levels need a serious boost. Reaching out to a healthcare provider can help you get to the bottom of this, ensuring your brain and the rest of you gets the vital oxygen it needs. And there you have it, the top 5 warning signs that you might be running low on oxygen. Recognizing these signals early on can make a huge difference in getting the help or treatment you need to keep your oxygen levels and your health in check. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Share this video to spread awareness, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more health insights. Your support means the world to us and helps us bring vital health information to our community. And if you're feeling extra grateful, please show us some love with a super thanks. Every bit of support fuels our mission to educate and empower individuals on their health journey. Thank you for watching, stay informed, and here's to breathing easy and living well.